Optimizing savings plans purchases requires understanding how much coverage you need to achieve cost targets without overcommitting. Savings Plans Purchase Analyzer now includes target coverage analysis to address this challenge. You can set a specific percentage of on-demand spend to be covered by savings plans, and the tool uses your historical usage to recommend purchase amounts that help you reach that target. You can customize your analysis using parameters such as custom lookback periods or excluding expiring savings plans to refine recommendations. The feature lets you compare cost, coverage, utilization, and savings across different coverage targets through interactive charts or programmatically via the Purchase Analyzer API. This capability is available in all AWS regions where Savings Plans Purchase Analyzer operates, enabling you to plan purchases based on specific coverage objectives rather than estimating optimal commitment levels manually. Managing database versions and monitoring capabilities in Amazon DocumentDB requires control over feature adoption and observability. You can now specify minor version 5.0.1 when creating new clusters or upgrade existing 5.0.0 clusters using the console or CLI with the modified db cluster command. This release introduces aggregation operators like $rand, $pow, $date to parts, and $date from parts for data processing tasks. You can monitor active connections at the instance level to track database load. CloudWatch now provides granular command-level performance metrics including find, insert, find and modify, and update operations for troubleshooting. Minor versions deliver features and bug fixes within major versions, giving you control over upgrade timing. Note that upgrades from 5.0.0 LTS to 5.0.1 are irreversible and remove you from the LTS track. The version is available in all regions supporting DocumentDB 5.0. Migrating on-premises SQL Server databases to AWS requires understanding total cost of ownership and selecting the right instance types and licensing options. You can now use AWS Transform to estimate costs when migrating to RDS for SQL Server. The service uses AI-powered agents to analyze your on-premises environment and recommend database instances that meet your workload requirements. You can compare bring your own media and license included options with assessments that factor in database savings plans for up to 20% savings and MAP program credits. The tool accepts data from RV tools, CMDB exports, and third-party discovery tools, letting you create what-if scenarios with customized assumptions for region, utilization, and pricing terms. You can combine RDS for SQL Server assessments with cost modeling for EC2, FSx, S3, and other services to evaluate comprehensive migration strategies across multiple cloud value proposition pillars. Running Kafka Streams applications on MSK Express Brokers previously required you to manually name and pre-create topics for stateful operations before deployment. This added operational overhead to your setup process. With this launch, you can now deploy Kafka Streams applications without manual topic management. When you start your application, the system automatically creates topics needed to store state and repartition data. This removes the pre-configuration step from your deployment workflow. The capability works across all regions where MSK Express Brokers operate and requires no additional setup on your part. You need to store semi-structured data alongside relational data in Aurora DSQL without managing separate storage systems or losing compatibility with PostgreSQL tools. Aurora DSQL now supports the PostgreSQL JSON data type, allowing you to store semi-structured data using PostgreSQL JSON type directly in your tables. You can use JSONB for configurations, API parameters, and logs when creating or modifying tables. The feature helps reduce storage costs with default compression that efficiently handles larger JSON payloads. This support enables you to migrate PostgreSQL tools and code to Aurora DSQL without rewriting applications that depend on JSONB functionality. When deploying AI agents for customer service, you need to understand why interactions succeed or fail to maintain quality and improve performance. Amazon Connect Customer now provides AI agent traces for self-service voice interactions, giving you visibility into how AI agents reason, act, and respond during each conversation. You can view step-by-step reasoning for each AI agent interaction, allowing you to trace the decision-making process throughout the conversation. You can access traces directly in the Connect Web UI alongside full transcripts, eliminating the need to switch between tools or reconstruct what happened. When issues occur, you can diagnose problems with tool calls and parameters, identifying whether the agent reasoned incorrectly, used bad parameters, or experienced timeouts. This enables you to validate AI agent behavior before deployment, confirming what works and addressing issues with confidence before they affect customers. Investigating cost anomalies typically requires you to manually correlate cost data with CloudTrail events and resource activity, a process that can take hours. AWS Cost Anomaly Detection now includes AI-powered investigation using Amazon Q to analyze root causes and deliver explanations in minutes. When you investigate an anomaly, Amazon Q determines whether the cost change is usage-driven or rate-driven, identifies contributing services, accounts, and regions, and correlates usage-driven changes with CloudTrail to attribute them to specific API calls and IAM principles. For organizations with a CloudTrail organization trail, investigations work across all member accounts automatically. You can continue the conversation with follow-up questions to explore patterns or drill into specific resources. The feature is available in all commercial AWS regions at no additional charge, though cross-account investigations using CloudTrail trails delivered to CloudWatch logs may incur standard CloudWatch logs insights charges.